Are y'all believing these rumors about Bao and Zach dating? Wow. Hi, YouTube. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another review of Married at First Sight, Season 13, Episode 17, Down and Dirty, Decision Day. So we finally made it to Decision Day. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Thank God. Merla and Gil. So they color coordinated, and I have a feeling that probably Marla had a lot to do with how they were going to look, and she probably told him what to wear, because he had on this baby blue suit with a white shirt, and she had on a white dress, and so they looked really color coordinating. So anyways, they come out and they talk about, their ups and downs in the relationship, the things that they have concerns about, and it's the same thing that we've heard all season. Gil has an issue with her spending, and she has an issue with him being so frugal. So how are they going to resolve this? They'll find a way. Yeah, they'll find a way to resolve it. And then, lo and behold, they said that they've consummated their marriage, as if we didn't already know that, because these are two very attractive looking people. And I think that they might have consummated their marriage even sooner than they admitted to. At first, Marla said that they didn't consummate their marriage when the experts asked them. First, she says, no, we didn't consummate our marriage. I don't know if she was joking or what. And then Gil came around and he was like, yes, we did. We consummated our marriage about 2 weeks ago and it was fine. And I don't know what I expected him to say. I don't know if I was expecting him to say that, the heavens open and the angels sung, but he was just like, yeah, it was fine. So yeah, I'll take it for what it's worth. So they decided to stay married, and I'm glad that they did, because I think that they are a really cute couple, and I think that they're going to work out their financial issues. I think that she's going to bring him up to her level. She's going to upgrade him, as Beyonce said, and the next time we see him, he's probably going to be, red bottom shoes and Balenciaga this and Versace that. I'm pretty sure he's gonna definitely move up to her level. Oh, and I did like how he said that he does appreciate that, because she's such a hard worker, because she has this goal of becoming a millionaire, and she's saving as much money as she's trying to make and save as much money as possible, as quickly as possible, to reach her goal of being a millionaire. And Gil said that he likes that hustle in her, because it encourages him to be motivated and to hustle just as hard, if not harder. So that works out for them. I think that's it's making them very compatible. The fact that she's so driven, and it's helping him get as driven. So like I said, they decided to stay married. I think that they're going to be fine. I can't wait. I hope that they do come back to do couples cam, because I would love to see their marriage progress, their relationship grow, and hopefully, some babies in the future. Bao and Johnny. So this was a shocker for me. This was the best Johnny has ever looked, and Bao never disappoints. She looked really, really pretty in her red dress, and Dr. Pepper or Dr. Viviana, one of them, said that red is definitely her color, and I definitely agree. So they come out and, they talk about their ups and downs, their good times, their bad times, and Bao said that she thinks that the relationship had more good times than bad. And Johnny was like, are we talking about the same relationship? Johnny did apologize for speaking to Bao's best friend behind her back, the infamous Sarah. He did apologize for that. He did acknowledge that he was wrong for doing that, going behind her back. If anything, he should have asked her for permission. You should have asked her for permission first before speaking to one of her friends. And I'm like, well, if anything, you should have just talked to your wife instead of just always running away. Speaking of running away, he said that he used to be the kind of person that, one date and you're done if he didn't like what he saw, or if he had issues with whoever he was seeing, and that he was used to running away, but this experience taught him to stay instead of run. And Bao politely disagreed and said, you know what, I think you did run. And he did. He would literally walk out the door and not come back when things got too tough for him. And not only that, but he was also kind of emotionally unavailable. He was gone in that way as well. So she was right. He did continue to run, even though it wasn't like running and never seeing her again. He ran as far as, just didn't want to deal with certain issues, or when he got tired of her. So, what else did they talk about? She did her best. Bao did her best. She did all that she could. And this, and the, Johnny seemed a lot more, sensitive. He seemed a lot more compassionate. He seemed a lot nicer, like he had calmed down some. And he said that, when they asked him, so what do you want to do? Do you want to stay married or do you want to get a divorce? Of course, you could tell that he was, he was really nervous. He was extremely nervous. And Bao said, just say what's in your heart. And he busted out with, yes, I want to stay married. And I was shocked. I was blown away. And I couldn't believe it. After all that he put her through, after the I call it emotional abuse, after all the emotional abuse that he inflicted on her, the things that he said about her, he just acted like she was like an ogre, like he just couldn't stand her. And now on decision day, he says he wants to get married. I guess he had time to reflect and he realized it ain't going to get better than Bao. No one is going to be more dedicated and committed to you and see you the way she sees you more than her. It's not going to get any better than Bao, because Bao was his number one fan. She was his number one cheerleader. And I guess he realized that one night that he spent without her, because he came back and he said that he wanted to stay married. Now, when they asked her what she wanted to do, she thought about it and she said that she couldn't stay in this marriage anymore and she wanted to get a divorce. She's had all that she could take. On her way out, she said that she doesn't trust anything Johnny says. So him saying that he wanted to make it work and stay in the marriage and, give this illusion that he was going to try to be better. She's like, nah, she's not buying that. So she bounced. She's like, no, she doesn't want to stay married to him. So they're on their way to divorce. Brett and Ryan, this is a no-brainer. Like I said, all they needed was a little blurb, a little sentence on a black screen, and we would have been just fine. That would have taken out a good 20 minutes of the show because it was, an hour long. 2 hours long. Sorry, it was 2 hours long. So, of course, they start off with their positives and their negatives, their ups and downs in their relationship. They talk about why they were matched, how they found themselves compatible. And, they talked about how their banter was very similar. They had similar sense of humor, so on and so forth. So Dr. Pepper wasted no time. She got right down to it. She was like, so, yeah, Ryan, what's up with you in this dating app before decision day? You're out there already, you're out there on these, dating streets and you're not even a divorced man yet. And, he was like, I really apologize for that. And we talked about it, me and her, we talked about it for a really long time and I'm sincerely sorry. And then Dr. Viana was like, but why did you do that? And then he talked about how he was fighting with his feelings, trying to catch feelings for her. And it just didn't seem like it was going to happen. And she was like, I was fighting too. You're not my type either. I was fighting to get those feelings as well. Now, she did say that there would be these little moments in time when she thought that, maybe she could see herself feeling something for him. She gave an example like, sometimes we'd be driving in the car and I'd look at him and, she kind of felt some type of an attraction for him. And she has said that throughout the show that she did feel like there was an attraction there. But I guess it was just like in the very beginning phases. It's not anything that knocked her over or knocked her off her feet. So Ryan said that, when Dr. Viviana asked him, why did you do that dating app thing? And he was like, well, I definitely have a type. I'm 35 years old and I have a type. And I have a feeling of what his type is. I think he likes the bimbos. I think he likes the floozies, the cheap women, the women who are just all show or no substance. I get the feeling that's his type. He likes them probably really small, really petite, and probably very well endowed in certain areas and just have nothing going on upstairs. The kind of, a good time girl. I think that's what he likes. The kind of girls that you pick up in bars, you know what I mean? That are just real easy to get, whatever. But, they're really cute. They're really attractive. They're really pretty, but just have no substance. That's what I think is his type. And I think Brett was too much of a woman friend. This is like probably his first experience with a real woman. And he couldn't handle it. So, he says that he wished he would have communicated better. He would have told her, exactly what was going on with him mentally and emotionally. But all of that is too late. Brett said that that she wanted a divorce, and when they asked him, "Do you want to stay married, Ron, or do you want to get a divorce?" I have no idea why he acted like he was really contemplating this decision. He said he wanted to get a divorce. Like, okay, you took like 5 seconds too long to answer. So, yeah, they're going to go their separate ways. In his little confessional or his little message as he was walking out, he was like, yeah, this is a big relief for both of us. Yeah, it really is. And I know it's a bigger relief for you because now you can go back to your floozy hunting. So, Rachel and Jose. I'm going to save Michaela and Zach for last. Rachel and Jose, they talked about the whole deadbolt issue, how he locked her out of the home. And he says that, I think that they asked him, do you feel like you can trust Rachel? And he's like, well, I'm not really sure if she's going to, leave again one day. I don't know. So, yeah. So basically their segment seemed extremely short. I felt like I kept on rewinding it thinking that maybe I fast forwarded too much and I missed something, but their segment seemed really, really short. They talked about the deadbolt issue and maybe they talked about some other things that I forgot about, but ultimately they decided both to stay together. I'm also happy for them. I'm happy that they decided to stay together as well. For some reason, I would have felt bad for Jose if she wanted to get a divorce. I don't know why I kind of feel sorry for that guy, but yeah. So they decided to stay together. I was happy, and I hope things work out for them as well. And would I want to see them on Couples Cam? Probably not, but I wish them all the luck, all the love, all the success in the world for their marriage. And I did like them as a couple. I did. I think that there are some issues there. There are some red flags with Jose's temper, but he needs to really work on that, like for real. That's the only issue that I had is like, he needs to work on his temper. Other than that, I wish them the best. Michaela and Zach. So Michaela and Zach come in and, Michaela said all that she had to say of, she realized where she fell short, which was with her own temper. And she said that she did admit that she needs to work on that. And the way that she behaved was unacceptable. She did acknowledge that. She didn't try to justify it. She didn't create any excuses. She was like, yeah, I was out of pocket for that. And I need to work on that. And then Zach brought a note. He brought a note and he was going to read his note or something. So he sat there and he read it and it was really beautiful and it was really, really touching. He talked about how Michaela has made him a better man, that this was the beginning of something new and something better. We know exactly where he was headed with that. And he says that he wouldn't change anything. He doesn't regret anything. He thanked her for loving him, and he admitted that he loved her too. And so he started crying, uncontrollable crying. And she was crying, and it was really emotional, really touching. And then he thanked the experts for bringing him and Michaela together, and he seemed really genuine. This is when Michaela said that, her crazy reactions were not okay and that she promised to do better. And they asked Michaela, do you want to stay with him or do you want to get a divorce? And Michaela said that she wanted to stay married. And they asked Zach that, and Zach said no, he wanted to get a divorce. And then he talked about how I was like, of course he's going to say no, because that's what he's been saying for like half of the season, that he wanted to get a divorce, but he wanted to continue seeing her. And so he says, yeah, but I'm interested to see on where it's going to go. And yeah, he wants to see where it goes. And so Pastor Cal had to step in, and Pastor Cal was like, look, we're done with your double talk, okay? This is cold, hard, yes, no, okay? Pastor Cal said, like, it's understandable because Zach's whole thing is, if he says he wants to stay married, he says that it's as if he was in agreement with how things played out. He says, for me to say, yes, I want to be married, it means that I was okay with how things played out, and I wasn't okay with how things played out. So that's why I don't want to be married, because I don't, to him, being married means that everything was wonderful. I enjoyed everything, and that's why I want to continue. That's not how he sees it. So he says that he wants to get a divorce, but he still wants to see Michaela, because he wants to see where it goes. And so Pastor Cal said, your wife wants to know, do you want to stay in this marriage with her? Do you want to stay married to her or not? That's what she wants to know. And he says, well, then no, I don't want to stay married. And so then he starts up again with that he's like, no, I have to say then that I want to get a divorce. But he still wants to see where it goes. He says that again, that he still wants to see where it goes. And then Pastor Cal says, you know what, it'd be understandable, and we could take it better, or Michaela could take it better, if you said, look, I want to stay married, but yes, I want to stay married, but we need to work on ABCD. I want to stay married, but we need to start fresh. I want to stay married, but these are the things that I'm not going to tolerate. That would be more understandable than saying, I want a divorce, but I still want us to see each other. And so Pastor Cal says that she needs closure. And so you need to make a decision. So Pastor Cal and Michaela asked him again, do you want to stay married or do you want to get a divorce? And he says, well, if you're going to put it like that, then I want to get a divorce. And then he was out. He was gone. He bounced. And so in his little outgoing statement to the camera, he says, I thought Michaela understood where I was coming from because we've discussed this before, what the intention was, what the plan was. And he was like, so I'm kind of shocked that, no, he didn't say he was shocked. He was just saying that, I thought she understood where I was coming from. And that was the end of that. And so I have a feeling that this is where it gets interesting. So I was thinking to myself, so whenever I peruse the internet, like I said, I don't go looking for information on these people because I just want to watch the show and watch everything play out organically. I don't want to skip ahead, like, what are they doing now? Are they still together now? What's the real tea now? So I try to avoid all of that. But sometimes, when I have to Google pictures from my little profile pictures or whatever, my thumbnails, I'll come across these headlines, and I would see these headlines. I would say something about Zach and Bao are dating, and it just seems so ridiculous and so outlandish that I didn't take it seriously. I was just like, oh my God, some of these gossip blogs, they'll just create whatever just for, just to sell ads. And so I would just kind of overlook it. And then when I saw how Bao said no and then Zach said no, I kind of was wondering, is there some truth in that rumor? So then I dug deep. Well, no, I didn't dig deep. I dug shallowly, okay? I dug like a little shallow grave into this information because I didn't have the time to go deeper. So there was these reports or these blogs or whatever were saying that Zach and Bao are actually dating and that they've both admitted to dating. Now that the show has wrapped, I think the only thing left is the reunion. But they've admitted to dating and that there's these pictures. People have taken pictures of them out and about in Houston together, like going out to eat together or whatever. There's like pictures of them walking around Houston or spending time together in Houston. And I was like, what? And so I saw this one article where it said something about how Bao said, I think, Bao is quoted saying that they ran into each other, allegedly. They ran into each other at an art museum. And so they were just trying to reconnect as friends after the show had wrapped. And I'm just like, because you know what, when Johnny said yes, he wanted to stay married, I would have thought that Bao would have said yes, because it seemed like Bao was like ride or die. And the experts even said that, Bao is a real, ride or die. No, they said that about Brett. Sorry, I take that back. But I thought that Bao definitely, because it seemed like she was going to stay with Johnny if he gave her the green light, that she was going to stay with him regardless. But I was shocked when she said that she wanted to get a divorce, and I'm wondering if it's got something to do with her interest in Zach or her and Zach possibly seeing each other. And then another article had said, and I feel bad calling these things articles because I know they're just, it's just gossip. But another blog said that that this is the reason why Johnny treated her so bad, because he knew that they were seeing each other or they were interested in each other or something like that. And then possibly the same blog said that when they come back to do, what do they call it? Unfiltered. I think they do Unfiltered after they've wrapped. I don't know when they film Unfiltered. But when they came back to do Unfiltered, there was an episode where Zach and Johnny appeared together. And it said that Johnny was really cold towards Zach. Like he wouldn't even look at him, or when he did look at him, he was giving him the evil eye. And it's because of this possibility of Bao and Zach possibly seeing each other. And so I'm just like, wow. And I didn't see the previews for the reunion, but I hope some questions are going to be answered at the reunion. I really, really hope that they're going to bring that up at the reunion. But that's just crazy. That's absolutely insane. And I don't know what could be going through Michaela's head, if there's any truth in this at all. And if it is true, and if it is brought up, if this is true in any way, I really hope that Michaela lets him have it. And I hope that, this is not going to be the time that she chooses to control her temper. And also, yeah, I think that's it. I thought I had something else to say about that. But yeah, I think that's it. I hope it's not true. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say. Married at First Sight Australia, this ain't nothing to them. They're constantly switching, swapping, cheating on each other, switching wives, swapping husbands. It ain't nothing on Married at First Sight Australia. And they will go to like the ends of the earth to be deceptive and conniving and unfaithful. I mean, it is crazy. Married at First Sight Australia is bananas. So this is so tame compared to Married at First Sight Australia. But this is the first time that not really the first time, because I think 2 or 3 seasons ago, listen, I'm not even gonna try to remember, but this might be the first time on Married at First Sight America where couples like switched or jumped over to the other side, or whatever, cheated on each other with another person that was on the show. So yeah, the reunion is going to be great. But that is my review of Married at First Sight Decision Day. I know it was really all over the place. My shirt was all over the place. Thank you for joining me. If you like this, go ahead and give me a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.